It is a hypertrophy, and I just need to dismantle this bullshit I keep seeing on the internet about exercise, about fitness, about muscle building in general. Muscle building is 80% diet and 20% training. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, this is just a complete lie. Whoever said this was both stupid as hell and clever as hell, because he's convinced a lot of you lot to say the same thing over and over and over again. What do I mean by this? If diet was genuinely 80%, if diet was 80%, like 80, think about it. That is 4/5. 4/5. Imagine if you had 4/5 of your penis cut off. You'd be left with like a little stump. You'd be so sad. I'd like to. Well, there's gonna be some of you lot who still out here claiming like this much, which is redonkulous. You do not need all that penis. Give me like an inch of that. Okay, just. Not that I need it, but you know what I mean. It would be nice, you know. I could have it as a fire hose, you know. Whoa, shit, bro. Whoosh. That would be cool as hell. Anyway, what were we talking about pissing on fires? Anyway, 4/5 assumes it takes up the majority of your time and your energy and whatever. Then tell me this. Why is it that we have to be so #optimal about our training? How come we have to go and run study after study after study after study after study on the best exercise, on the best rep range, on the best sets, on the best volume? How come that has to be so meticulous, and yet with diet, all you really need are basic macronutrients and some minerals? Yes, you do need some energy to actually be able to get into the gym. But that's that's a prerequisite to life. That's not just to the gym. 80% means, I mean, to me at least, it assumes you have to do so much extra effort into this one little part of this endeavor. You have to put in so much more work to be able to get the diet of your dreams. But the problem is, you don't. You really don't. Here's an example. Hold on a minute. I just brushed my teeth, so you know. Dentist says, "Oh, you don't want to actually wash your mouth after you brush your teeth. You should keep the toothpaste in there, so every time you drink orange juice, you feel like shit." Yeah, thank you, dentist. That's why I never go to you. Anyway, so when it comes to diet, all you really need to do is just add more protein, add a couple more veggies, add just a little extra carbs before the workout, maybe a little after, and that's it. That's really it. You actually do not have that much of an effect from the specifics of a diet. Like, yes, some foods have multivitamins and like vitamins here, they're like B vitamins and whatever the fuck. You could get a multivitamin. You could just get a pill to fill in any sort of, like, you know, deficiencies. Which is to say you should replace all good food with that, because you're also missing out on fiber and whatnot. But just make sure you're having like your 3 to 4 to 5 to 5 a day. Have like just a little extra portion of protein. And make sure you're not eating 7 grams of carbs before a workout. Maybe more like 70, and that's chill. But you can have so much variation within the diet. Now, one could say you can have so much variation with the training. You shouldn't. In the sense that you should have, like, you know, your A day and your B day, maybe even a C day. But it should not be out here like, okay, 1 week on Monday I'm doing bench press. 1 week on Monday I'm doing chest flies. 1 week on Monday I'm doing freaking incline press. 1 week on Monday I'm not even doing chest. I'm just freaking scratching my butthole and hypertrophying my freaking finger. Another day on a freaking Monday, another week on a Monday, we're just like doing ballet dancing. There needs to be an order. There needs to be like some sort of stuck in plan. Now, if you're doing conjugate, you may actually swap around a bunch of exercises, but it's still regular. Okay, it's regular. And you actually have a plan. You can't just go into the gym just willy-nilly that bullshit. Well, you can do that in the food aisle. You can one day. You know what? I will feel the exact same. I will feel the exact same if before a workout, instead of like say noodles with a bunch of veggies and some chicken, I have a couple tuna sandwiches. It's not that big of a deal. However, if I'm out here completely changing my exercise selection, all of a sudden I have to get neurologically adapted to that one, and then I have to ditch that one, or maybe I don't ditch that one, but then I come back to the gym the next time and I find out, oh shit, that exercise doesn't actually carry out to this exercise, because guess what? The different motion paths, you know? Oh, look at that. My apologies. Anyway, you do get what I mean, though. Exercise, I mean, shit, dude. 20% exercise. That is a whole lot of bullshit, by the way. Listen. I had a bulk. A big-ass bulk that probably went on way too long, and then at the end of it, I gained way too much. But for 2 years straight, I gained the quote-unquote perfect amount. You know, just like 20 to 25 pounds a year. Okay, so perfect, so cookie cutter. Oh, I had an exactly 200 calorie surplus. Oh, I'm so good at this. I'm doing my 80%. I'm gonna get 80% of the gains. No, the fuck I'm not. I did not. I gained good, but I didn't gain amazing. I didn't gain like 80% of the gains I could have gotten then. Maybe, if I had to guess how many gains I actually got in that period of time, I'd say about 50 to 60% of the gains I could have gone in that period of time. Maybe 65. But even then, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about just general speaking, how much does it actually affect muscle growth? I don't think it affected shit. I mean, it affected something, of course. You know, I had to have the muscle, like I had to have the energy to get into the gym and, build muscle. But 80% diet means that the diet itself, within its like the way it was built out, is the perfect one, and is like perfect for the 80%. It wasn't. You could have taken away 300 calories one day, I'd be fine. 500 calories from fat, I'd be fine. You would have taken, you could have like upped it, downed it, put it to the left, put it to the right. It would be totally cool. What did suck, however, was part of my training. No amount of dieting will fix that. If you're doing way too much volume, guess what? You can't just overeat and then recover. It would be so amazing if we could, though, because I'd be in the gym like 50 hours of the day, and then eating a whole horse just to be able to recover like I'm in friggin' Dragon Ball. It would be the best, but that's not reality. Humans aren't like that. We're feeble. We only have so much energy to be able to use up to be able to make muscle. We only have as much muscle predetermined to build. Though the thing is with that, you have much more of a capacity to build than you realise. You just got to get your training right. Because listen, heck, there's a lot of people out there right now. Their diet, they look like a bodybuilder, but their freaking exercise regime makes them look like a freaking, I don't know, a golf player? At most. Nothing crazy, which isn't to say that's a bad thing. If they want to pursue that, that's cool. But if we're talking about hypertrophy and getting as swole as fuck, as close to Ronnie Coleman naturally as we could, I mean, shit. If 20% of the importance of this whole goal was exercise, they would have been Ronnie Coleman by now, because hey, they're just running, doing a little jog. They should have 30-inch quads or something if they're eating salmon. Okay, because salmon's a healthy food. It's a superfood, actually. Salmon, kiwi. If you see rich people eat, they eat pretty damn good and pretty damn healthy. And yet they still don't look amazing. Because 20% training is not entirely reflective of the whole equation. In my personal opinion, it's 50-50. If not 60-40. 60 being for training. Because no matter how much amazing, super nutritious, amazing, perfect perfect calorie, if you train your calves like 5 RAI, they're never gonna grow. They're never gonna grow. Never. If you never push yourself hard, if you never know biomechanics to be able to properly contract the muscle and stretch it out without feeling 50 other ones that you weren't actually trying to train, I don't know, man. You probably will not gain as much as you think you will. Certainly not enough to be able to counteract shitty training. Like, you just can't, you cannot eat your way to success. If you're out here, however, maybe if you're skinny, that's a different story. But let's just be real, the majority of us we have fat storage, we have glycogen from the day before, we have water depletion one day and then lots of water the other day. I don't know, maybe we have salt in our system from just eating food. This is one thing I never get, by the way, people having to salt their food. Just say you're a bad cook, just say you're a shit chef. I need to add more salt separately from the meal. Oh my god, I spat like crazy. Oh, I hope you didn't see that, by the way. Oh, I need to, instead of putting in my eggs. Why am I freaking doing this shit like Trump? If you I hate people who are different from me. Anyway, if you have to put salt in a bit of water, but you could have done it 2 to 3 meals before, I'm sorry, you're kind of a dunce in my personal opinion. What you mean you have to separately put it into a glass of water and chug that down on its own? How about just make a soup? Literally, this is what I did. Friggin' water, hot water, some chicken stock, a little bit of fish sauce, a little bit onion, a little bit garlic. I just drink that. If I had to do something really quick for some salt and some electrolytes, it was beautiful. It was delicious. I might as well do it again. But hey, you know what? Diet isn't necessarily 80%. At least it shouldn't be 80% of your focus. But because guess what? If you just eat normally, but with a little extra carbs and a little extra protein and a tasty, easy little bit less fat, then you're probably good. You are probably good. There are plenty of people out there right now, especially noobs, who do not need to hear that they have 80% of their focus being on diet. Because guess what? Listen, yes, you are probably a little chunky. Yeah, you're a little chubby. But guess what? For muscle growth, that's actually good. You got energy. You got free energy. You could your diet could be like, pretty relaxed. But maybe you just add a little extra chicken, a little extra veggies. For now. Just to build up the good habit. Hey, just order some freaking grilled chicken if you want from Uber Eats. That's just delicious. Yeah, just get some frozen veggies and then just put them in the pan with them and just stir fry it with the freaking residual sauce and then you're good. You're pretty damn good in terms of the diet. You don't need to have 80% of your focus. Half of you lot would really benefit from just pushing yourself really hard. A lot of you people out here having 50 freaking steaks and 75% raw honey in your bloodstream, but you can't even push a set to failure and you're talking about 80% being diet. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Don't talk to me about diet if you don't have like a 7-second concentric on a freaking dumbbell chest press. Fuck. Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me. But yeah, don't. Just don't. I see all these freaking guides and all these, here's my full day of eating. And it's just the most elaborate shit ever. All for them to look like a freaking casual swimmer. I'm sorry, what are you doing with all that beef? What are you doing with all that sea moss? What are you doing with all of that friggin', I don't know, acai? Acai. I am the Omega Pigeon like rolling gang. Acai, you address me unless with 4 letters, bitch. I thought you known better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been ducking the social care. But you get what I mean. A lot of people are out here buying raw milk before they're out here friggin', I don't know, looking at their frigging program and wondering why there are 5 different chest press exercises that are basically doing the same thing as each other, and then they're wondering why their chest won't grow. I don't know, maybe it's because you're doing 20 sets on one day and you're not giving yourself enough recovery for the next, I don't know, 80%. That's a fucking scam. That's a scam. Hold on. That's what I think of that bullshit. Anyway, that's it for me. I should not know. Last message, conclusion. Focus on your training. Actually focus on progress. Whew. fucking hell. Focus on your trip. Did I just blow to myself again? Fuck's sake. Anyway. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. This is fucking ridiculous. Okay, no. Oh, good. Let get the door open. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway. Focus on progression within the gym, which will probably happen if you have 2,705 or 2,604 or 700. No, not 700. Like 2,950 calories. You know, you don't need to have such a precise amount of calories, not a precise amount of protein, not a precise amount of carbs. You just need it to be roughly good. You know, within a margin of like 100 to 200 calories. Okay, as long as you're not, like, you know, completely fucking up and going one day 1,200, the other day 700,000, bajillion, fajillion. No, just just have a little range. Just relax a little bit. Heck, even go to a maintenance, because some of you can actually benefit from a maintenance. Not to say I'm against bulking, but you know, have to be balanced here. And actually look at your training. Don't blame the fact that you don't have muscle because of the fact that you didn't eat 50 fucking pounds of ground beef like a lot of these influencers. Maybe, just maybe, your exercise selection is good, your training's poor in terms of its actual execution of the exercises. Maybe, just maybe, you're not doing enough stretch in the exercises. Maybe you're doing too much. Who knows? You need to experiment. There's too much within exercise to experiment with to put 20% of the focus in there. Actually push hard. And then see if it really needs so many freaking... Brother, I've been getting strong as hell on maintenance. And I'm on like 15% body fat. Which is to say I'm going to stick to a maintenance. But I'm just not being super... on my diet because we're not really built for that anyway. Being so focused on diet assumes that we don't have prior resources. We have plenty of prior resources, unless you're really skinny, like Jack Sick. In that case, by all means, put 100% into your diet. But for the rest of us people who aren't built to be super skinny or super fat, brother, just train. Even if you are big, you do not need to have exactly 7.75345 grams of this. Just fucking eat good. That's it for me.